Hello, everyone, and welcome to the experience.
Now with the hottest show in the universe, The Wrestling Experience, with your host, Earl Cole.
Acknowledge me.
Coming at you with all the dope shit, freshest WWE content, and also the AEW. You are now watching The Experience, The Wrestling Experience. Now with your host, Earl Cole.
Welcome to the Wrestling Experience. My name is Earl Cole, and tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be discussing AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite last night, ladies and gentlemen, took place in Philadelphia, PA. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to discuss that and so much more here tonight for you on the Wrestling Experience. But I'm not here alone here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I have somebody really cool and really good person. Mitch Kofsky, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the founding fathers of the Hardcore Sports Network. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we're broadcasting on the Hardcore Sports Network Twitch channel, YouTube channel, and of course, follow them on Twitch at Hardcore Sports 1, and of course, follow them on Twitter as well, Hardcore Sports N. And of course, subscribe to Mitch Kofsky's channel, subscribe to my channel, and subscribe to the Hardcore Sports Network. We greatly appreciate it. Mitch and I have a very good past. We have a good past. We've been friends now for a very long time. And when he asked me to join this channel, ladies and gentlemen, I was very eager and jumped at the chance. You know, Philadelphia has their own founding forefather. Well, we have our own founding forefather, and we're going to have fun with him here tonight here on the Wrestling Experience. So let me just bring him on the screen right now, and let's have fun with him. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the one and the only Mr. Mitch Kofsky. Let's bring him on the screen.
Hey, man. Thank you for having me on. I feel honored. Thank you for having me on.
Mitch, welcome aboard the Wrestling Experience for the first time ever. How are you today, sir?
I'm good. And this is actually my third time. I was on it before. This is my second or third.
Yes. That's how old I am, Mitch. That's how old and forgetful I am. Anyway, I digress. What did you make of last night's AEW Dynamite?
AEW Dynamite was good. I liked Paige. I liked her promo. I liked the last match with Jon Moxley. I liked the Chris Jericho's ROH title defense. It was very good, solid show. It was solid.
Just to let everybody know, ladies and gentlemen, Mitch is very talented. He makes thumbnails, he does countdowns, he does everything. And Mitch, I admire you, Mitch, for everything that you've done here at the Hardcore Sports Network and for what you have done to my show. You and your team have put this show on a 3-point level, and I have you greatly for all of it. So,
Earl, I just got to say this real quick. With your Raw watch-alongs, they're killing it right now. Your AEW All Out killed it. I mean, you're putting in the work, Earl, and it's showing. So we greatly appreciate you being a part with us, and it's gonna be a fun time. Let's just get right into it.
Yes, let's get into it. So let's talk about this first match, Mitch. Let's talk about this. It was Bryan Danielson taking on Daddy Magic Matt Menard. The match was great. I loved it. It was an impromptu match, and let me ask you something, Mitch. What do you think of this Daniel Garcia situation? Do you think that he's going to become the part of the Combat Club, or is he going to stay with Jericho?
I think, honestly, I'm thinking with Jericho right now because Jericho did win the ROH title. So maybe he's going to stick with him for the ride and then turn on him the last second. And then he'll be the next guy in line for the ROH championship. So I think he's going to stick with Jericho as for now. As for now.
Right. Right. Um, Maybe Toon Peanuts, Philly halftime, and everyone else in the chat. Hello, how are you tonight? Please hit that like button. Please hit the like button on Mitch's channel, my channel, Hardcore Sports channel, and subscribe to all three channels on YouTube. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you
Mm-hmm.
very much. Appreciate it. So let me ask you another question, Mitch. What did you make of the match itself?
The match was good. It was a solid, good opening match to open up AEW. I like it when they have that kind of match to start off the night. That's just one of my favorites. Like to have a good match to get you in the mood for AEW. Get you pumped up. We're gonna have a great show tonight. That was a good way to kick it off.
Yeah, I agree with your assessment. I agree with the assessment. I had no issues with this match whatsoever. The match was fantastic. I love Daniel Bryanson. I think he's a great wrestler. He is very scrappy in the ring, and you really don't know what you're going to get from him. You really don't. I I loved it. I loved it. I was entertained by it. I thought it was great. But I'm curious to see exactly what's going to happen with this Daniel Garcia thing. I want to see something happen here. I want to know what kind of direction they're going to take this storyline in, because I think he would be great in a Combat Club. I think he would be great at it. I don't know about anybody else's opinion, but I think he would be fantastic addition to the club. But on the other hand, is he going to stay with Jericho? That's a head scratching thinking kind of a thing that needs to be expounded upon.
Mm-hmm.
Now let me ask you another question, Mitch. What did you make of the MJF promo?
That was good. Him in the skybox. Woo! I mean, that was good. And then Manuel Yuta, cut him off. So I did like that. I did like that from MJF. Anytime when he has the mic, Earl, anytime, you gotta shut up and listen. That's how good this guy is on the mic. You gotta shut up and listen.
Yeah. Again, Mitch, I'm gonna say the magic words, Mitch. I agree with your assessment. Yes, I agree with the entire assessment. MJF is one of those heels that you just want to open your hand and give him a smack. But anyway, I digress. He is a dirty heel. He is one of those heels. Let me ask you something. Does he remind you of a Roddy Piper?
Yes, he does. He does. I've actually thought about that comparison a while back, probably like a month ago, when he just came back at All Out. I was just thinking about it, and I'm like, that's the perfect comparison on the bike and in the ring.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I thought the promo was great. I thought that the way he was going after Will Yuta was great. I thought that when Will Yuta was beating him up in the Philadelphia audience was great. I thought that the whole thing was just absolutely fantastic. I think that this match that they're going to have next week on Dynamite is going to be great. I already know that Will Yuta is not winning the match, of course, but I mean he'll give him an effort. good effort in it, and I have no issues with it. But I do agree with your assessment, and I think that I do agree with it. Yes, you might not think so, but I do agree with the assessment.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this next one. John on Juice Robinson. Now this was a scrappy match. If you like hard hitting, full metal to the pedal match, then this is for you. This is absolutely for you. And Mitch, what did you make of this match?
It was good. It was good. I don't know much about him. I don't, but he proved me. He showed me what a good wrestler is, and that was just a really good match. This show had solid wrestling from the beginning to end. I'm just gonna throw that out there. This had a solid wrestling.
Yeah. Again, I agree with the assessment. I do. Yeah, the match was solid. The match was scrappy. They busted each other open. They did moves in the ring that were entertaining. They gave the crowd a lot of nuances in the match. I thought that the offense that they gave to each other was great. Everything about the match was solid. There was nothing I could say that was wrong with it. There was nothing wrong with the match. Um, Analytical wise, I thought it was great. They picked each other apart methodically, and yeah, the match was great. Again, I liked it. Now let me ask you another question, Mitch. Um, Based upon what's going on backstage with AEW
Yeah.
and everything else, do you think that they can continue this momentum without Punk and without the Bucks?
I think they can. They're showing that they mean business. Tony Khan, ever since that night happened, the next night he didn't even address them names at all. He didn't even address them. He just went on further. Just keep going with business as usual. Just keep going and going and going. And with CM Punk, there's rumors going around that he may not even come back. So it's just like you got to keep moving. You got to keep pushing. The ratings are going up. I think they're at like what 1.3, 1.2 the last time I checked, something like that.
Mhm.
So hey, the ratings are good for AEW. It's good. So
Um, before I even continue, there was some newsworthy stuff that happened this week, and I think that Mitch and I are going to discuss this. First of all, last week on SmackDown, guess who was backstage at SmackDown last week, Mitch? MJF and Lana were
really,
backstage. Now why was MJF at a WWE event? This is something that I'm kind of like scratching my head at. Who invited DJ Storms? Hi, how are you? Thank you very much. Hit that like button. Who invited Lana and who invited MJF to come to SmackDown last week? That is kind of something I'm kind of like scratching my head at. Is this Triple
honestly,
H's?
I think it's Triple H. I really think it's Triple H, and I'm going to tell you why. Because maybe he liked Lana and MJF, but when Vince McMahon was at the helm, Triple H had no word. He couldn't do anything, and then he was in a hospital for his heart issue, and then everything went to that. But maybe he wants Lana back, and maybe he wants MJF back when his contract is up. So when Triple H bring all this talent back, anything is possible.
But you know something. Let me just say this to you, Mitch. I don't want Lana to come back as an in-ring performer. I really don't. Lana was terrible. Lana sucked as an in-ring performer. She sucked. I'm sorry. I know everybody's gonna hate me on this, but I have to be honest here. I can't sugarcoat that. Lana was terrible. All she did was go through tables. Week after week after week, they were punishing this poor woman because her husband left the WWE. So what did Vince McMahon do? He punished Lana and put her through a table and embarrassed her on television. He made an example out of her. But as a valet, she's good at that. So I'm this, and I'm going to make my own opinion here. If you're going to bring Lana, please bring her back as a valet, not an in-ring performer. Please do us all a favor and bring her back as a valet. And I think that is the best role for her. Now, as far as MJF is, go ahead, Mitch. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good, Earl. I'm having fun. So when it comes, first I had to quote the great Earl Cole. I agree with your assessment on Lana. I agree with it. I'm telling you, I've been feeling like that for like the longest time. The best we've seen Lana was with Rusev. That was the best we have seen Lana. I want that Lana back. I want that Lana as a manager or something like that. That's where I want Lana to thrive. That's how I like to see Lana, not in the ring. So I agree with you on that. I agree with your assessment.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mitch. The t-shirt is coming, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, I digress. Blaze Radio. Hello, Blaze. How are you tonight? Please subscribe to Blaze Radio's YouTube channel. He is absolutely fabulous at what he does. He dips his toes in the NFL, just like Mitch. And of course, he dips his toes in wrestling. So subscribe to him. Juice, how are you? How are you?
We want more Hobbs. He's a huge powerhouse Hobbs fan.
Okay, well, okay. I agree with the assessment too. I agree with your assessment too. Thank you, Blaze Radio. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone's on the same assessment bandwagon tonight. What about my toes? No, I didn't say anything about toes. I don't know where you're going with that, Blaze Radio, but I'm gonna leave that alone. Anyway, just getting back to what I was saying. First of all, the AEW needs to stop focusing on WWE and stop using their WWE references all the time on AEW television. And I think that is what Triple H was listening to. And I think that's why he brought MJF to backstage. But here's the thing that I don't understand. Now, another thing that happened, as everybody doesn't know, is that Buddy Matthews is no longer in AEW. Right. He left after Grand Slam. So now the House of is defunct. There is no more House of Black. It is done. It is done. So now Triple H says that he wants Buddy Matthews back in the WWE. So Mitch, let me ask you a question. Would you accept him to come back to the WWE?
I would. He's a great talent. He was great for the cruiserweight division when they had it. On the mic, honestly, Earl, I was not a big fan of him on the mic. I don't know how you feel about that, but for me, Buddy Matthews, if you use him perfectly, if you book him correctly, and I think Triple H Head of Creative can provide that, he'll be fine. So it's just a matter of booking, and it's a matter of where you go from here when he is back. Because he is the kind of talent you don't want to waste. He's the kind of talent that you can build around a division. Like, look at Impact. He could fit well in the X division. So for me, it's just like you got to build him correctly, and you just got to use him correctly.
And GJ Storm says that MJF is probably friends with Liv Morgan since they are on the East Coast people. Well, that's a possibility. Matthews and Black alluded to returning to AEW, but who knows anymore? We'll have to see. He would be
Look at
great in
this
the mid.
comment where he said, "There's only one way to settle this: Earl versus Mitch and Hell in a Cell."
Well, you know something. Who said that? Who said that?
That was Blaze Radio.
That was Blaze. Blaze. Let me say something. If Mitch and I were in Hell in the Cell, I would Mitch pin me, and I would just not. I take the belt, and I would just lay down for Mitch, because that's what a good friend does. Anyway, I digress. Mid card, yeah, probably in the
I
mid
shouldn't say
card.
origin.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I was gonna say War Games. Okay, DJ Storms. Thank you very much. But anyway, I agree with that assessment. Anyway, speaking of War Games, ladies and gentlemen, you know that War Games is coming to the Survivor Series. But anyway, let's get back to AEW for a second. Let's just get back to this. Let's talk about this. The AEW women's match, Tony Storm versus Serena Deeb. The match was great. I had no issues with it. Let me ask you something, Mitch. Do Serena remind you of the Fabulous Moolah?
Who?
Serena Deeb. Does she
Oh,
remind you of Serena Deeb? Does she remind you of the Fabulous Moolah?
I can see that a little bit. But for me, with this whole match, Earl, there was no point of having
Yes.
Lumberjack. I'm sorry. There was no point of having a Lumberjack.
Yeah.
Why were they out there? That was like that was Vince McMahon booking.
Right.
No reason for them.
Yeah, I agree with your assessment. I agree. I don't think that the Lumberjills served any man. When Taz said that, when Taz mentioned the Lumberjills, I said, "Oh, geez, I'm thinking about WWE now." I'm like, please don't reference that. I mean, please, that ridiculous. Um, so, I don't think that the Lumberjills served no value to the match whatsoever. The match was okay. I just wish it wasn't a lumberjack match. I don't think that was necessary. But it was okay for what it was. Serena Deeb is a great heel. I love me some Serena Deeb. Lumberjack match meant nothing. Great match. Stupid stipulation outside of Hayter and Nightingale getting into the. Yeah, I like that. I like the way Hayter and Nightingale got into it in the match. But I agree with DJ Storm's assessment, and I agree with Mitch's assessment. Yeah, it served no value to the match whatsoever. It kind of like brought down the match. Tony needs to step down as a booker. I don't know about that. I'm not gonna agree with that. I'm gonna disagree with you, Juice, on that. I'm gonna disagree. I respectfully disagree with that. Mitch, what do you think about that comment?
For me, Tony Khan should still do the booking. He should still do the booking, one, but he should have less off his plate. Like, he's controlling everything. Like, that's the one thing. Stay to booking and some other stuff, but you need more people to like take over so you have less things on your plate. So on your plate you have the meatloaf, the mashed potatoes, the green beans, and stuff like that. Stick to the meatloaf. You don't need the mashed potatoes and the green beans, which does sound good right now. I'm not gonna lie.
With a little brown gravy, Mitch. A little brown gravy. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, I agree with you, Mitch. I think everything. Yeah. Blaze Radio said he disagrees with that assessment. Yes. Finally, okay. Thank you, Blaze Radio. I I don't I don't think that Tony Khan needs to step down as a booker. I think Tony Khan needs, like you said, Mitch, he needs more people in his stable. Somebody that he can trust to run the organization, because there's a lot of miscommunication going on behind the scenes, and there's a lot of discord with his talent. And people are walking out, they're getting upset, they're getting disgruntled. And I just I just don't I just think that he needs help in that. Almighty Finesse, what's up? Step down and hire one person. No, not Jim Cornette.
No, he's a
No,
Jim
no, no,
Cornette
no.
fanboy. Just ignore him. He's a Jim Cornette fanboy. That's all he talks about. Just ignore him and move on.
Oh no. Oh,
Juice,
okay, great.
Juice,
Thank
I
you
still
very much.
remember. Juice, I still remember. Don't act like I don't remember that.
Oh gosh. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, I think we went through the entire one thing that I want to talk about
Yeah.
is Saraya. What did you
Okay.
make of her promo?
Well, he took a dig at WWE and Vince McMahon, saying
Yes,
like,
she
"Oh,
did.
she finally found the boss that would listen to her." So there was a little dig there, but overall, it was a good promo. It's not. I mean, she was always good on the mic, like ever since her day one and stuff like that. So I'm fine with it. And is she going to do more digs at WWE? Probably, because they treated her bad. You know, the whole thing with the Twitch and everything. So,
Right.
yeah.
So, oh, we lost Mitch. Oh, geez, we lost Mitch. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
I'm back.
oh, Mitch is back.
Yep. Yeah, I did something. I got it. Don't worry, I
Oh,
got
Philly halftime. Thank you so much for the compliment. I appreciate it. Um, oh, there we go. Mitch is back. Welcome back.
Yeah.
I think he must have hit the wrong button.
Yeah. I was trying to hit something. Yeah. My bad. We're all good.
Yeah.
I'm here. And Jude said I turned it off after she said that. She messed up her career with those videos. Okay, no one's talking about those videos back in the day. Pretty much everyone's
No.
pretty much forgot about that. What I was
Right.
saying was talking about the Twitch, how WWE wouldn't let her stream on Twitch and everything of that. She loved Twitch.
Right.
Like that was her way of making money since she wasn't in WWE. So it's like you can't take away someone's Twitch nowadays. You
No.
just
No, you can't. And you certainly cannot stifle someone's creativity.
yeah,
How do you go about your daily lives knowing that you're stifling someone's creativity? I don't agree with that assessment by WWE. I don't agree with it at all.
no.
I think that's stupid. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was AEW Dynamite. That was AEW Dynamite. And let me ask you something, Mitch. We are heading to the final pay-per-view event of AEW at Full Gear. What did you want to see at Full Gear this year, Mitch?
What do I want to see at Full Gear? First, who's Moxley facing? Did they announce that yet or no?
No, not yet.
Okay, well that's the first thing. I want to see Moxley defend his title. That's the first thing. And second, huh. I want to see Paige or Saraya, excuse me. I want to see her wrestle, but I don't think that's gonna happen yet. Is she cleared? Do you know if she's cleared or not?
I know that when she was injured in WWE, they refused to clear. I don't know about AEW doctors. She would have to go through them first. And of course, she would have to get an eye to see if she is ready to compete and wrestle. There is a lot of things that are happening right now in the AEW cookpot, and they have to figure out who is going to be in this pay-per-view. and who is going to come to the forefront. I know one thing is that in Cincinnati, Moxley is supposed to defend the AEW title. So I know that the special Tuesday night Dynamite, I know he's defending the title. So we have to see right then and there if he's going to be still champion by that time. And we have to see. And then another thing that's an element in the elephant in the room, excuse me, is MJF, because he still got that poker chip.
What about MJF? I'm sorry, you cut out there.
MJF still got that poker chip. He
has
that poker chip. So we have to see whether he's going to cash that sucker in or not. That's going to be something that we have to expound upon. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're before we wrap up AEW here, I want to just remind everyone that the Raw Watch Along will be available to you this Monday night as we come from St. Paul, Minnesota. So don't forget, this is the go home show for Raw, and it will be for Extreme Rules. Mitch, let me ask you a question. Are we doing the Extreme Rules wrong?
Yes, we are going to be doing the Extreme Rules. I'm going to be missing some of it because I'm going out with some people for the night, so I'm going to miss some of it. But it's going to be on your channel. It's going to be on Jeff's channel, and it's going to be on the network. So it'll be on your 3 channel for it.
Oh, great. So, ladies and gentlemen, what that basically means is that we're going to be doing this watch along, and basically what it is, ladies and gentlemen, is that we're going to describe to you exactly what's happening in this pay-per-view. Let me just say something, Mitch. I don't know about you. I can't speak for you, but I'm excited about this Extreme Rules. I don't know about you, but I am extremely excited this pay-per-view. We're gonna get a last man standing match with one and the only Edge taking on Finn Balor for the first time ever. It's just gonna be great. Take my money, please. Yeah. So we're gonna have fun with that. Also, ladies and gentlemen, on this show, on the Wrestling Experience, we're going to be doing the prediction show for Extreme Rules. Me and my panelists are going to come here, and it's going to be fantastic. Oh, it's an I Quit match. I'm sorry, not a last man stand. Thank you very much, DJ Storm. Thank you very much. It's an I Quit match. Well, you know what? Take my money, please, anyway. Doesn't matter whether it's last... if it's a last man standing or a I Quit match, just take my money, please. Yes, and I digress. And I agree with the assessment. Mitch, this has been a lot of fun tonight. This has been really fun for me.
It was fun for me too.
You must come back and ring this bell again. Before we go, ladies and gentlemen, I want to just do something here for Mitch because I want to do something in honor of Mitch here tonight. So what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to show you his creativity here. And he did this for me, and I am grateful to him. So enjoy this little ditty here. Enjoy this.
I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take a new song.
Well, Earl, Thank you for showing that. I'm very proud of it. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite.
Did it go again? Oh, I hope it didn't go again. I'm sorry.
I'm taking
went
shots
again.
at the
I can
enemy.
stop.
I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something.
There we go. But yeah. But Earl, you told me what you wanted on the countdown. You told me you wanted Evil Uno, you wanted Moxley, and you wanted Hangman Adam Page. So I put them on there, and it was your vision. I just helped you create it. That's it.
Yeah, but
Earl.
I have
I
to
made it
I have to give you some of the pie, Mitch, because your creativity is just absolutely. I have to give you some of the pie. How can I sit there and eat the whole pie? That's not a good friend. That is not what good friends do, Mitch. No, no, no,
Well,
no,
it depends. Is that
no.
friend really hungry? I gotta ask. Is that friend really hungry?
No, not really. They want to share the wealth. Anyway, but I digress.
All right. Because there's some people out there that are really hungry.
Well, then no, I have to call them selfish then, and I don't agree with their assessment. Anyway. Oh, Mitch. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. We're going to be two old men on the rockers just laughing our behinds off. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to put a bow on my show. I hope that everyone had a good time tonight with AEW Dynamite. We also talked about a little WWE. We threw a little bit of this and knowledge at Mitch, and he gave me his opinion. And I had a lot of fun with him. I really did. And again, like I said, Mitch, you are welcome here anytime, anytime that you get ready, that you your time available. Um, just to let everybody know, that we Mitch will be back on Sunday morning. He does the football Sunday every Sunday. I enjoy it because it's very entertaining to me. It is entertaining, and Mitch and his crew are very knowledgeable when it comes to football, and it is just absolutely the greatest show on earth. So you need to tune in every Sunday. You need to subscribe to the Hardcore Sports Network. You need to hit the like button on that video. You need to get in there and ask some questions of the panel, because I did last week and they did answer my question. I was very honored and I was very humbled that they answered my questions, because I know it's a very busy show and everybody's got to have their own opinion and stuff. But they answered my question and I loved it. So I always give a comment after the show is over. I always say that it's good. It was great. I was entertained. I was, so Mitch, you got a good thing here. Everything you touch, my friend, turns to gold. So
I
I
really
tip my
appreciate that,
hat to
Earl.
you.
Thank you. I really appreciate
You're
that. Thank
welcome. You're welcome. And if I had a hat, I would tip it to you, but I'm not
you.
wearing one tonight. So anyway, I digress. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be back in cyberspace on Monday night with the Raw Watch Along. And of course, I'll be back next Thursday night with another edition, a great edition of the Wrestling Experience. For the great Mitch Kofsky, I'm Earl Cole. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great weekend. I will see you on Monday night. Mitch will see you over the weekend. And take care of yourself and each other. Good night, everyone.